deserve to be in a space that supports your growth. Celebrate your wins, not just come around when things are good. I don't know who need to hear this today, but you got to change your environment. And when you do, life will get better. If you're feeling off lately, if you've been feeling tired all the time, uninspired, maybe it's not you, it's that environment. It's that environment you in, because sometimes it's not about changing you or who you are. Nah, it's about changing where you are, not you. And once you do that, you'll start to see things clearer. And then everything begins to shift. Everything starts to become much clearer and clarity. You can't pour into yourself if everything is draining from you or around you is leaking your energy. You can't grow that way. And this could be a person that might have been draining you. You cannot grow that way. Most of us are trying our hardest to fix ourselves, and without ever realizing that the place we're trying to heal in particularly is still hurting, or still hurting us. Better term. Let me say that again. If you are trying to heal in the same place that made you sick, do you get where I'm going? Now, you're trying to focus in an environment that keeps distracting you. Let me put it in a better term. You're trying to grow in the same cell or the same soil. Let's put it that way. The same soil that has no nutrients left in it. You can't grow that way. So why keep indulging in the same thing? And then you wonder why you feel stuck. You wonder why sometimes it's not, you're not doing enough. That's not what it is. It's that the space you doing it in doesn't support your transformation or where you're going to. We got to remove ourselves. And sometimes that does hurt. Because you leaving the old you or leaving a person behind to grow. It happens. Everybody goes through it. You cannot thrive where you barely are surviving at. Does that make sense? You can't rise when you're surrounded by constant chaos, people who are committed to staying low or don't want to grow, want to be in the same atmosphere, and that only remembers who you used to be. Being around people like that are like that, they're only going to see you for the old version of yourself, not where you want to go. See, energy is contagious. Very contagious. That's why I tell you all the time to protect yours. Protect your peace. Because energy is real. It's not just a vibe. It's not just a feeling. It's an ecosystem. You ever talk to somebody or walk into a room and immediately feel tension? That's just like for my guys. Like, you know, when you pull one of the ones in the room, you can feel the tension when you walking away of everybody staring at you because you just pulled. We here? All right. So it's not just about feeling drained. It's like they kind of took something from you. That's what it feels like. You ever spend time with someone and afterwards you feel like that low vibration? That's what I'm saying. That's real. That's not your imagination. That's not what that is. You're absorbing what's around you. And if you are constantly in a space where you are picking up complaining, gossip, or thinking small, or playing victim, like these type of things, it will start to affect you. Rub off on you. Not because you're weak. That's not what it means. It's because you're human. That's what it means. And you got to protect your peace at all times. Like, you got to protect that like your life. You really do. And in many ways, it's kind of like your life depends on it. In many ways, it does. And Sometimes peace isn't found, it's created. It's not found, it's created. And peace is something you find maybe in a podcast, like, or a book, a movie you might have seen, self-help. I know everybody preaches about self-help, but peace is something that you create by the choices you make, by the things that you do. And one of the most powerful choices you can ever make is to leave an environment that don't serve you. Leave an environment that's no longer good for you. That's what it is. And that's hard. That's hard. Because sometimes those environments are familiar or too familiar. They're comfortable. They're comfortable. They're home. They're your friends, your family. They're your daily routine. You know, here's the thing. Comfort doesn't always equal peace. You know, sometimes the most spiritual, loving, life-changing decision you can make is to just walk away. Sometimes you got to do it. You got to just walk away. Things that outgrow you, you got to walk away. And trust that peace is waiting for you on the other side. And how can I word this? Healing doesn't happen in chaos. Healing does not happen in none of that. It happens in safety. Your nervous system can't relax if it's always in survival mode constantly. I talk about that a lot, just from piled stress, you know, and just dealing with your own things. Not only just everything. Everything. You ever notice how calm you feel when you on vacation? It's because it's no stress. It's no reason for you to be in survival mode. That makes sense? That's your nervous system saying thank you for giving me some space, a breath of fresh air. That's what that's saying, you know? And how good does your mind feel after being in nature or just being on vacation? For me, vacation is like that sense of breath again, like that sense of fresh air again. Even if it's for a couple days, it don't matter, you know? Your environment should feel like that. It should never feel like a hostage situation. It should feel safe, calm, like that. And that's just the real. That's just the real. It's okay to outgrow what you used to do or what used to fit. That's probably better. Sometimes we stay in places because we don't want to feel guilty of outgrowing them. But you know what? You know what? That's okay. It's okay to outgrow the city you've been staying in or living in or grew up in, or that you once loved. It's okay to move on. It's okay to outgrow a job. It's okay. There's plenty of them out here that no longer excites you, or, you know, having to be at a job that you don't like. There's plenty more. There's plenty more. It's okay to outgrow friendships that don't feel one-sided, for example. It's okay to outgrow the version of yourself that you once were or used to be proud of. Growth is natural. Seasons change. And you're supposed to evolve. You're not supposed to be at the same level. No. Start where you are. A lot of people don't start anything. And now maybe you overthinking, or maybe you thinking I can't change everything right now. That's cool. That's cool, and that's okay too. This isn't about flipping your whole life in a snap of a finger or overnight. This is about a small intentional shift. We want to make intentional decisions, not out of spite, not because of how we feeling. Nah, we got to make intentional decisions. Start by creating little pockets of peace, things that give you peace. Clear your space. Rearrange the room. Like it's little things, y'all. Like, you know, unfollow people who don't inspire you. Spend 5 minutes doing something other than being on that phone. How about you sit in silence for a couple hours or hour? Read, Go outside. Set boundaries for yourself. Say no. We don't know how to say no either. You don't have to change everything to feel different. It's little things. It's little things. Your environment will catch up to your vision. That's another thing. The version of you that you're becoming, they need space to grow. So you need to make that happen. You need space to grow into. You can't walk into your next chapter still holding on to baggage. Like yesterday, I just had to deal with a situation with my old job. And I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. But closure. It's coming. I'll probably drop that tomorrow. But you cannot walk into your next chapter with the same patterns. So you got to be bold. You got to be honest. And you got to ask yourself, man, like, what needs to change for me to breathe again? For me to get back to who you were prior to going through all of these changes or outgrowing. What do I need more in my life? These are questions that we got to ask. What do I need to release, and what am I holding on to? We need to figure that out. Your vision will require a whole new level of everything, new vibration, new everything. Your environment will have to match it. Whatever you trying to go after, whatever you trying to chase, you gonna have to match that same energy with your environment. When the environment and the energy is not there, it's off kilter.